Did you know that World War I started because of one giant, massive misunderstanding? Imagine the whole world as a giant playground. One kid gets his feelings hurt, and suddenly everyone picks a side. It wasn't a game. It was a huge, messy fight that lasted 4 long, grumpy years. It started with a leader named Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand. He was basically the class president of his country. Someone was mean to him, and his friends got super mad. Then those friends had their own friends who wanted to join the fight too. Before anyone knew it, almost every country was involved. It's like when one person starts a rumor and soon the whole school is arguing about it, even though half the people don't even know why they're mad anymore. Everyone was just following their friends because they felt like they had to. Total peer pressure, and honestly, not a great look for the history books. So how did they actually fight? They didn't have cool laser blasters or superheroes. They dug big, deep ditches in the ground called trenches. Imagine having to sit in a muddy, cold hole for weeks just waiting for something to happen. It wasn't a fun camping trip. It was wet, dirty, and super boring. If you ever had to sit in a messy room for a whole month without leaving, you'd probably go crazy, right? That was these guys. They were stuck in these muddy tunnels, and the living conditions were just awful. They had to be super careful because it was just a bad place to be. Wait, quick question. If you had to pick a partner to be stuck in a boring, muddy fort with for a month, would you rather pick the super neat person who cleans everything or the super funny person who tells jokes but never cleans up? While they were stuck in those muddy holes, people started making new inventions to try and win. They made big, clunky tanks. Think of a giant metal toaster on wheels that moved really, really slowly. They weren't fast, but they were definitely intimidating. They also started using airplanes, which were basically just wooden bikes that could fly. They were super wobbly and didn't have any comfy seats or high-tech screens. It was like trying to fly a kite during a thunderstorm. Not exactly the safest way to travel, but hey, it was brand new technology. It was a really confusing time for everyone. Soldiers were using these new tools, but they didn't really know how to use them yet. It was like trying to play your favorite video game while wearing a blindfold. Not a great strategy for winning, if you ask me. Finally, after a really long time, new people joined in to help stop the fighting. It was like when a teacher finally walks onto the playground to tell everyone to stop being mean. Everyone was tired of the mud, the cold, and all the shouting. They all realized that they weren't really getting anywhere. The playground was just getting destroyed and nobody was actually winning the game. They sat down, signed a big piece of paper, and decided it was finally time to call it quits. They learned the hard way that fighting is a really bad way to solve problems. It just makes a giant mess that takes a long time to clean up. Seriously, why can't we just use our words? It would save a lot of people a lot of trouble. So that's the story of World War I in a nutshell. It was a giant group chat argument, a muddy mess, and a bunch of weird inventions that didn't really work. It's a great reminder that working together is always better than picking a fight. History can be a total snooze fest if you read it from a dusty book, but it's actually kind of wild when you think about it like a giant playground mishap. Now that your brain is officially smarter than it was 5 minutes ago, don't let it drift away. Keep your brain focused and avoid those boring, unnecessary side quests. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.